Audiences were enthralled with Will Smith and Eva Mendes's chemistry when Hitch debuted. They brought fun and passion to life with an almost too real flair as the dapper date doctor and his spunky client. Fans were talking about more than their clever repartee, though. One sultry on-screen kiss grabbed headlines, and some thought it went too far. Why was their audacious decision so memorable? Did it go above what was expected of a rom-com? Come along as we examine the moment that stunned viewers and why Will and Ava's bold strategy made Hitch a beloved romantic comedy. Along Came Polly, Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston. Ben Stiller's character, Ruben Pfeffer, thrives on routine and control. But after his wife cheats on him while they're on their honeymoon, reality has other ideas. He meets Polly Prince, Jennifer Aniston, an old classmate who is everything he is not: impulsive, bold, and a little chaotic while still reeling from the betrayal. By drawing him into her world of spicy food, salsa dancing, and ferret misadventures, Polly challenges his rigid personality and teaches him how to let go. Watching Ruben falter and stutter through these novel situations, which constantly force him to step outside his comfort zone, is amusing. Will his worries prevent him from fully embracing his new perspective, though? This romantic comedy humorously examines opposites, showing how love can blossom in the most unlikely of relationships and the difficult process of overcoming our inhibitions. Shallow Hal, Jack Black and Gwyneth Paltrow. Jack Black's character, Hal Larson, is shallow and only cares about appearance until a hypnotist changes his brain to recognize inner beauty. Hal is enamored with the plump Rosemary, Gwyneth Paltrow, but he's oblivious to her authentic look because he only sees her as funny and kind. Hal's internal metamorphosis as the two get closer is heartwarming and hilariously awkward, particularly as he struggles with how society responds to him. This romantic comedy challenges our shallow standards and explores society's fixation with appearances by highlighting the value of inner beauty. Paltrow's charisma and Jack Black's sincere portrayal make this odd duo unforgettable. They teach us all that genuine connection is essential and that love is more than appearances. Bridget Jones' Diary, Renee Zellweger and Colin Firth. Her diary provides a glimpse into Bridget Jones' crazy, frequently disastrous life and love struggles, and she is a charmingly relatable disaster. Renee Zellweger makes Bridget one of the most adored heroines in romantic comedies by bringing out her eccentric, self-deprecating charm. She and the stoic Mark Darcy, Colin Firth, have an inseparable chemistry as she hilariously handles difficult situations and embarrassing times. Heartwarming, humorous, and occasionally cringeworthy situations result from Darcy's quiet, upright demeanor, standing in comic contrast to Bridget's hectic life. Their relationship exemplifies the age-old principles of opposites attracting, as Bridget's genuine candor contrasts exquisitely with Darcy's taciturn exterior. Their courtship is a testimony to accepting flaws and discovering love in unexpected places, as evidenced by their awkward dance sequences and love confessions. Trainwreck, Amy Schumer and Bill Hader. Writer Amy, who struggles with commitment, lives by her father's maxim that monogamy is unrealistic. Enter Bill Hader's character, Aaron Connors, a trustworthy and kind physician who questions her convictions. Their wildly divergent perspectives on love result in unexpected sparks, misunderstandings, and embarrassing moments. They both realize they might be a good fit as Aaron's grounded attitude and Amy's chaotic, fun-loving disposition clash. Hader's subtle wit and Schumer's comedic timing give these flawed but endearing characters life. The film examines via their relationship how tearing down emotional barriers may expose a vulnerability that creates a genuine connection, making us laugh while also touching our hearts. My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Nia Vardalos and John Corbett. Before she meets Ian Miller, John Corbett, a non-Greek man utterly unaffected by her strange family, Tula Portokalos, Nia Vardalos, feels stifled by her Greek ancestry. This film is humorous and endearing because of Ian's tolerance of Tula's path of self-discovery. The culture clash creates countless humorous scenes, from Ian's awkward family interactions to his struggle to fit in with Tula's customs. Beyond the jokes, it's a story about love, self-acceptance, and realizing that family is messy, endearing, and worth the difficulties. In addition to being charming, Tula's struggle to embrace new love while accepting her heritage is globally relevant. Hitch, Will Smith and Eva Mendes. Will Smith's character, Alex Hitch Hitchens, is a love expert who can help anyone find romance aside from himself. All of his slick strategies come to a hilarious halt when he encounters the fiercely independent gossip reporter Sarah Melis, Eva Mendes. Hitch's attempts to win Sarah backfire catastrophically, exposing the weakness beneath his polished exterior, from botched dates to allergic responses. He discovers from his mistakes that what counts in love is sincerity rather than strategy. The video deftly blends humor and love-related truths, demonstrating how even experts must accept genuine relationships' messy, erratic nature. Every scene is delightful because of Will and Eva's chemistry, which combines heart and comedy. The Breakup, Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn. Following their separation, Brooke, played by Jennifer Aniston, and Gary, played by Vince Vaughn, are left arguing over their shared residence. In addition to being depressing, this breakup is complete with hilariously trivial behavior as they attempt to evict one another. Their lengthy history together, which includes miscommunication and passive-aggressive antics, feeds their humor and aggravation. They're torn between love and hate as their separation continues, illustrating how difficult breakups can be. The breakup shows that beneath the humor, there's still a glimmer of the love that once existed, illustrating how sometimes letting go is the hardest and funniest part of love. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey. In this romantic comedy, an executive, Ben, Matthew McConaughey, and journalist Andy, Kate Hudson, engage in a humorous wager that neither realizes. Ben wagers that he can win her heart, but Andy demands that he end their relationship within 10 days. Andy tries every tactic in the book to get him to go, but Ben doesn't back down, and their antics go from hilariously annoying to downright ridiculous. As they tread the thin edge between love and hate, audiences are kept engaged by the electrifying chemistry between Hudson and McConaughey. They understand that true love can emerge from even the most improbable connections via jokes and laughing. 2 Weeks' Notice, Sandra Bullock and Hugh Grant. Dedicated attorney Lucy, Sandra Bullock, discovers she's been taken advantage of by her affluent but careless boss, George, Hugh Grant. The two have a rapport full of underlying chemistry, humorous banter, and opposing viewpoints. When Lucy decides to resign, George is forced to face his shortcomings and acknowledge that he's lost someone important. Hugh Grant's dry humor and Sandra Bullock's charm create an outstanding romantic comedy about self-respect, boundaries, and unexpected love. The journey of Lucy and George demonstrates that true love may be waiting where we least expect it, and that sometimes it takes losing someone to understand their significance. You've Got Mail, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. Unaware of their antagonism in real life, Kathleen, Meg Ryan, and Joe, Tom Hanks, fell in love online when internet relationships were still relatively new. Despite their conflicting work lives, their nameless bond grows stronger. As they negotiate love, identity, and rivalry, Hanks and Ryan's chemistry is evident, resulting in a classic romantic comedy demonstrating how a connection can go beyond first impressions. Their online connection's secret adds suspense to the movie and engrosses every exchange. You've Got Mail encourages us to see past initial impressions and examine how love may blossom when we least expect it to. When Harry Met Sally, Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. Harry and Sally's enduring connection raises the age-old question of whether men and women may be just friends. Their relationship is full of memorable moments, such as the famous deli moment, funny banter, and personality conflicts. They go through friendship, heartbreak, and love throughout the years before deciding they could be meant to be. We laugh, think, and cheer for Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal because of their unparalleled chemistry and charm in this classic romantic comedy. Sometimes the appropriate person is right in front of us the entire time, making it difficult to distinguish between friendship and love, as Sally tells us in Harry Met Sally. 10 Things I Hate About You, Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles. The charming Patrick, Heath Ledger, who is hired to date the rebellious Cat, Julia Stiles, tames her in this contemporary adaptation of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. After Patrick discovers he's fallen for Cat's feisty independence, their relationship, which started as deception, becomes a true love affair. One of the rom-com's most cherished scenes is produced by their chemistry and Ledger's mesmerizing serenade, as it demonstrates that sometimes the one who pushes us the most is the one who sees us for who we are. The movie serves as a reminder of the strength of vulnerability and the beauty of love's unpredictable nature. Love Actually, Hugh Grant and Keira Knightley. Love captures all the complexities of relationships by weaving together several love stories that range from heartbreakingly realistic to fantastically romantic. Each story takes unexpected turns, with a cast of characters that includes a rock and roll singer and a prime minister. There are 2 exciting storylines, one about a writer who falls in love with his housekeeper despite their language barrier, and another about a recently bereaved guy who learns to get back in touch with his stepson. While some of the relationships are charming, others present the heartbreaking truth of unrequited love and adultery. This movie offers a distinctive viewpoint on the various facets of love, demonstrating that it may be humorous, depressing, and frequently messy. It's a holiday classic that makes viewers feel everything, showing that love is as beautiful as unpredictable in all its manifestations. Notting Hill, Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant. The worlds of a famous actress and a regular Notting Hill bookshop owner collide when they meet. One day, a stunning Hollywood celebrity named Anna Scott, played by Julia Roberts, walks into William's, Hugh Grant's, charming store. The awkward yet endearing romance that follows examines the difficulties of dating in the spotlight. William is just a regular person who isn't accustomed to paparazzi or the celebrity lifestyle, whereas Anna is accustomed to being closely watched. Roberts and Grant have a contagious chemistry. Their endearing gaffes provide poignant and humorous moments. Notting Hill demonstrates that even the most improbable romances may succeed if you're ready to meet halfway. Whether resolving miscommunications, handling envious ex-partners, or just learning to accept one another's peculiarities. Sleepless in Seattle, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. The meeting of Annie, a journalist in Baltimore, and Sam, a widowed parent in Seattle, is essentially the result of fate in this charming story. After hearing his tragic story on a radio talk program, despite never meeting, Annie feels a strange connection to Sam. She makes the bold decision to put everything on the line to follow an unexplainable feeling. The 2 characters in Sleepless in Seattle are separated by miles and don't interact until the end, making it a unique meet-cute tale. This novel strategy heightens the suspense and enhances the satisfying conclusion. The film reminds us that sometimes finding love takes a risk, following our gut feelings and having faith in serendipity. This timeless romantic comedy encapsulates the enchantment of Meant to Be with poignant performances from Hanks and Ryan. 13 Going on 30, Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo. In the amusing and sentimental tale 13 Going on 30, a young girl who aspires to be popular suddenly finds herself in the body of her 30-year-old self. The mature Jenna, portrayed by Jennifer Garner, is utterly unprepared for the relationships and responsibilities of adulthood. She discovers that the life she formerly desired doesn't bring her happiness when she gets back in touch with Matt, Mark Ruffalo, her childhood best friend. Jenna's awkward attempts to function in adulthood make the movie funny, but it also serves as a reminder to value the present moment. Her story is touching and demonstrates how sometimes we need a new viewpoint to appreciate the importance of genuine friendship and contentment. Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. A businessman and a prostitute's improbable romance is transformed into a fairy tale in Pretty Woman. Rich man Edward, portrayed by Richard Gere, employs Vivian, Julia Roberts, to go to business functions with him. As she helps him find a softer, more sympathetic side of himself, he gradually starts to see beyond her line of work. There's no denying their chemistry, as Vivian's contagious charm eventually melts Edward's business aloofness. From Vivian's shopping binge to Edward's ascent up the fire escape with flowers, Pretty Woman is full of unforgettable moments. This movie reminds viewers that love is not judgmental and can blossom between the most unlikely people in unexpected settings. Just Go With It, Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. In the movie Just Go With It, Adam Sandler plays a plastic surgeon who, to win over a female he sees, connives to get his assistant, Jennifer Aniston, into a fictitious marriage. Aniston's character goes along for the adventure and poses as his soon-to-be ex-wife, and what starts as a straightforward lie swiftly turns into a complex plot. The situation's absurdity, where everyone is forced to maintain the deception, including Aniston's on-screen children, makes it funny. The two begin to view one another differently as the trip progresses, and what is fictitious becomes real. It's a tale examining how posing as someone we're not can occasionally expose who we are, and how love can blossom in the most unlikely situations. Failure to Launch, Matthew McConaughey and Sarah Jessica Parker. Matthew McConaughey portrays a man in his 30s who appears happy with his lack of freedom and still resides with his parents in failure to launch. A woman, played by Sarah Jessica Parker, is brought in to assist in launching him out of the nest. Even though her position is professional, she gets intimately attached, creating embarrassing and funny circumstances. Parker's character begins to doubt her approach to relationships, while McConaughey's character is forced to confront his anxieties about adulthood and commitment. With many chuckles along the road, this romantic comedy emphasizes the value of developing oneself and learning to accept responsibility. As they understand that love is about accepting one another's flaws rather than fixing someone, their path is one of self-discovery. Crazy Stupid Love, Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell. A novel approach to romantic comedy, Crazy Stupid Love combines heartwarming moments with unexpectedly profound themes of love, grief, and second chances. Cal, portrayed by Steve Carell, has his life wholly upended when his wife files for divorce. Cal learns to date from Ryan Gosling, a self-assured bachelor who takes him under his wing. As he reinvents himself, Cal discovers that love is about connection rather than desire. The twist? There's a humorous twist when Gosling's character falls in love with Cal's daughter. The movie explores the truth that there are no rules for love and that sometimes the most profound relationships are the messiest. 27 Dresses, Katherine Heigl and James Marsden. The protagonist of 27 Dresses is Jane, a lifelong bridesmaid caught in a vicious cycle of putting other people's needs before hers. Jane's world is completely upended when her younger sister becomes engaged to the man she secretly loves. Here comes Kevin, a jaded reporter who finds Jane's narrative and personality equally fascinating. Through amusing accidents and touching exchanges, Jane realizes the importance of putting herself first. The film offers a beautiful perspective on self-discovery, unrequited love, and the understanding that love can occasionally come as a surprise. The Holiday, Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet. Two ladies worldwide choose to switch houses in The Holiday to take a much-needed vacation from their romantic lives. Characters portrayed by Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet find their values as they traverse unfamiliar cultures and surprising romances. This touching story beautifully conveys the power of accepting change and venturing beyond one's comfort zone. The cross-continental trip demonstrates how sometimes we need a new outlook and a little adventure to get better and move on. She's the Man, Amanda Bynes and Channing Tatum. In this gender-bending comedy, Amanda Bynes portrays a girl who poses as her brother to join an all-boys soccer team. This picture, primarily based on Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, is full of slapstick humor and ingenious miscommunications. Bynes' character challenges preconceived notions about femininity and power while learning the value of authenticity. Although Channing Tatum's role offers a romantic interest, the movie is primarily about overcoming social standards and empowering oneself. 50 First Dates, Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Adam Sandler's character in 50 First Dates develops feelings for a woman with short-term memory loss. He has to devise new ways to capture her heart because she forgets who he is every day. This original idea transforms a conventional love tale into an investigation of endurance, forbearance, and inventiveness. It's a touching reminder that love occasionally necessitates constant work and rejuvenation. You Again, Kristen Bell and Jamie Lee Curtis. You Again sparks several humorous vengeance plans when a woman learns that her brother is marrying her high school rival. The film, which stars Jamie Lee Curtis as her mother, highlights the drama and humor of family life and the value of letting go of past grievances. The Proposal, Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. To evade deportation, a high-ranking CEO enlists her secretary in a ruse that transports them to Alaska and fabricates an engagement. As they learn about each other's weaknesses, what starts as a strictly commercial relationship gradually transforms into something sincere. Friends with Benefits, Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake. After deciding only to have physical contact, two friends quickly discover that they have a deeper bond than anticipated. This is an enjoyable examination of the hazy boundaries between friendship and romance because of their clever banter and obvious chemistry. The Ugly Truth, Katherine Heigl and Gerard Butler. A cynical relationship expert and a talk show producer argue about the ideal partnership. Both characters are forced to face their preconceptions about love due to their arguments and eventual relationship. Sweet Home Alabama, Reese Witherspoon and Josh Lucas. Before marrying a well-known fiancé, a woman returns to her little community to complete her divorce. She discovers her love for her estranged spouse and is reminded of her roots by the journey. Bridget Jones' Diary, Renee Zellweger and Hugh Grant. A relatable every woman in Bridget Jones' Diary decides to take charge of her life, beginning with her love opportunities. As Hugh Grant and Colin Firth compete for her love, the movie examines the highs and lows of contemporary romance. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon